back with more Buffy. This is episode 14 of season 7. Very excited to dive back in, see what's going to happen next. Yeah, lots of stuff going on still with the first, but they've kind of been in hiding for a little bit. We've had Spike's chip malfunctioning, and now Buffy kind of has a big decision to make about what to do about that. And yeah, it's been crazy. There was like suspicions about, you know, Giles, is he actually one of the first and everything? Is Giles dead? And they cleared that up, thankfully. Not the most surprising conclusion. I just assumed Giles was going to be alive because he's Giles. But I'm glad that we do have that confirmed, and that's kind of, you know, all done now. So yeah, I'm really intrigued to see what's going to be happening next. I feel like we're going to get to the point soon where things are really going to escalate as we get towards the end of the season. I feel like the first are going to bounce back fairly soon. Because, you know, the last few episodes kind of focused on other things, and like Willow had a big focus in the last episode, turning into Warren and everything. So yeah, it's been a lot, but I'm very excited for more and to see what's going to be happening next as we head into, what is this now? 8 episodes left, I think, including this one, which is insanity. But either way, I'm really loving this season a lot, so I can't wait. And yeah, let's just get right into the next one.
I'll take care.
Whoa!
It was extraordinarily good luck, of course.
Are you going to fall in a grave or something? Oh!
You're supposed to be all go throughable. But what the hell did you tackle me for, you Burke? What's that supposed to do?
That's a good point.
Think of that. You removed the chip?
Yeah.
Had to make a choice.
Really
That's what I thought she'd do.
What's a chip?
First the Bringers, random demons, and now Spike.
And the
Have we seen Buffy in Hoops before? Because, wow.
Oh, nothing much. He can be a good man, Giles. I feel it. But he's never going to get there if we don't give him the chance. When Spike had that chip, it was like having him in a muzzle. It was wrong. You can't beat evil by doing evil.
I mean, I don't think it was wrong.
Well, I hope you're right.
It was helpful.
I can't even figure out if I've got the right kind of rope.
That depends on what you need it for. Something like functional around the house, or, you know, recreational. By which I mean, you'll need stronger rope than that. Want to have coffee with me later?
What?
Oh, you're the only one that gets to be random?
I'd like to take you out to dinner if that's all right with you. I mean, you don't have to.
Everyone's asking everyone out in this episode. But do you have an evil motive, mister? Your evil earring? Your evil bloody handkerchief and knife and... Is it bad that I'm quite impressed with that collection more than anything else? That's quite sinister, isn't it?
Hot principal with earrings, but it's a principal.
Earrings. Evil earrings.
Maybe I'm getting promoted for doing such a good job. Oh, right. Why does everybody in this house think I'm still in love with Spike? No, I meant move on.
Still in love?
Super self.
That implies you were in love.
That's
Guys, guess what happened?
Buffy got a date.
No, I did. 10 years older than you, right?
Which is like 100 years younger than your type. Yay! Someone who doesn't remember the Industrial Revolution.
That's true.
I think they're
And Xander's on to talk with Anya.
Oh, I'm gonna make you talk about your new girlfriend who you hold hands with under the dinner table and think we don't notice. How about yours, Xander?
Oh, they're actually a thing.
Interested.
Ice cream is a universal language.
我好多中國人飲發牛奶，我好唔舒服噶。What'd she say?
No.
Just who it is.
Oh!
I follow Buffy's orders now. I'm redeeming myself for...
Yes, please.
A lot of her people are murderers. Anya and Willow and Spike.
Interesting, and you're the only one she makes seek redemption. Does that seem fair to you?
I mean, Willow's
That's not.
sought redemption.
You
She
know
still
we're headed
is.
toward a fight, don't you?
Anya's redeemed.
Willow brought something to this house. Something good. Something you can use.
The new microwave?
The gun.
No, I wasn't talking about your date anyway. I was talking about the sham date of Xander's.
That's what I figured.
It's a plan to make me jealous. Well, it's not working. You know, of course it's working. Observe my bitter ranting. She'll let you staring at my voice. I should really go find some.
Thank God she's not a vengeance demon still then.
Fine. You don't have to.
What? Be noble. I'm not. Really am all right.
Good.
I still dream of a crib for two with a white picket fence. Never much cared for picket fences anyway. Bloody dangerous.
You should try this too. The going out thing.
It's true. Probably stings a bit. Sometimes people have to grow apart to grow back together again.
Did you think I was going to stand you up?
Well, it would be kind of karmic.
What?
Forget it. I'm just glad you're here. You're gonna love the coffee. Got myself a red eye.
Oh, man.
Giles bathed them for Chow Ann, and now she's locked herself in the bathroom. There's other girls upstairs, and they're starting to complain.
Oh dear. It went better in Hush, didn't it?
Everybody has a date. Buffy has a
I
date.
don't.
Willow. Actually, Buffy's investigating Principal Wood. It's not a date.
Really?
If it goes well, she'll investigate him.
Might be a date.
Oh. Does he know she's the Slayer?
Stand me up, you son of
Oh, he's fighting too.
I guess we should talk.
I guess so, sir. The mysterious past.
They hurt her real bad.
And if you'd gone ahead and married her, even though you had doubts, that would have been better?
I guess not.
Sounds to me like, in the long run, we're both better off. I know it turned out.
I mean, it could have been handled better though.
Yes, it really mattered. Well, I can think of something fun to do.
Thank you.
This place is nice. How the hell did you do that?
My mother was one. The one, actually. The Slayer.
Oh.
Mother. So, Florida, I have no idea what to ask.
No, I don't.
It's cool she can kind of
No,
share this with someone instead of like just teaching it to people. I like how in a way he's kind of a potential.
Say, do you have any weaknesses I should know about if I'm gonna work for you? Like,
He is on
Kryptonite.
Buffy's side still.
allergies?
Good for you, buddy.
You're asking a lot of questions.
You're not answering any.
Are you wearing a wire?
Well, what's going on?
Oh.
You're not him. You're the first, and you're trying to get me to shoot innocent girls, but I won't do it.
Yes!
I'm good now.
Yes!
And when the fight is over, I'm gonna pay for killing Jonathan.
You're gonna pay for more than that. So many dead girls.
Oh dear.
See? I knew it.
Thanks for your help selecting the ropes. The one I picked wasn't strong.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
well,
goodness sake.
Listen,
Xander has no luck.
Who's Buffy?
The Slayer.
At least she's not a giant praying mantis.
It can't just keep happening that demon women find me attractive. There's gotta be a reason.
And yet.
Redemption is hard.
Getting back to Spike's question.
Oh, yeah.
Try to record it.
What did they want you to do, anyway?
Shoot all the girls.
Shoot girls?
Not you, just the potentials.
Well, that's something anyway.
Wow.
Something tragic.
This
Wow.
proves my point.
This one's either I just got lucky, don't call me for a while, or my date's a demon who's trying to kill me.
You don't remember which? It was a long time ago. Well, if we play the percentages...
Something's eating Xander's head.
That's gratifying. That might be the best thing I've ever had in my mouth.
Isn't it good? They soak the pears in brandy. Here, you need a bite with the sauce.
What are you doing here?
Oh, Jesus. Bleed slower.
Thanks for the great date.
Lovely eyes you have. Wow. That was more awkward than me.
He's a vampire.
Oh. Oh. Time for dessert, anyone?
So how's your date going?
Better than yours. If you think that, why would you stay and go upstairs?
Sandra, all right? Looks okay. Damn.
Another demon woman was attracted to me. I'm going gay. I've decided I'm turning gay. Well, gay me up. Come on. Let's gay.
What if you just start attracting male demons? Clem always liked you. Serve you right.
Children, enough.
Some stylish new gloves.
Oh, enough! Have you learned nothing from tonight's assorted chaos? There
Oh
isn't
no,
time
it just
for
got
fun
serious.
games and these aren't a joke. This happens. It's time to get serious.
No more comedy episodes left then.
You've got another demon fighting now.
That's not why I need you here. Because I'm not ready for you to not be here.
That's some angsty toothbrushing.
I give you a compliment and you don't say thank you? Did I raise you that way?
You didn't raise me at all.
That's not the one Spike killed, is it? Or one of them that Spike killed. In the subway car, the one he took the jacket from.
So you're the first.
Would you like to know who killed me?
Oh my god, it is. It is.
I know you went looking for him. You fought at his side.
Spike.
Now,
Oh my god.
say
Thank you.
No, thank you. Okay, well, damn. Really good episode. Liked that one a lot. Particularly with that big reveal. We've known for a while now there's obviously a lot more to Wood than meets the eye. So that they kind of went back to that. And him like asking Buffy out on the date, and alongside that, you know, we had Xander going on a date and stuff. Like, that kind of theme running through the episode was cool. And, you know, they touched on the fact that Willow and Kennedy seemed to be actually a thing. So it was interesting that, like, those, like, core three all had a bit of romance mentioned, or at least going on in this episode a bit. Kind of checking in on that was cool. And, yeah. I also appreciated Giles just shutting it all down. Like, why are you bothering with dates at a time like this? Because normally I'm like, I don't want love triangles, any of that nonsense. Just get on with other character development and plot stuff. So Giles is a big mood in this episode. And yeah, twists and turns galore with that. Well, not so much a twist in terms of what happened with Xander and Alyssa, because of course Xander's love interests are demons. It's just the way it is. And I like that 7 seasons on, that still happens. And we've had like the joke before, I think it was something blue, when he was like the demon magnet, and he continues to be so, which is quite funny. But yeah, Wood's mother is one of the Slayers that Spike killed, so that's going to be quite a thing to deal with. Maybe Spike should have left town. Man, obviously we knew there was going to be more to the whole Principal Wood situation, but I wasn't expecting him to be drawn into it like this. Because I think that was a more successful trickery of being like, oh, maybe he's actually evil with like the glares and stuff with him, compared to like when they tried to do it with Giles in the last episode, because we knew Giles wasn't really dead. Whereas this had a lot more build up towards it, I guess, and a lot more time focused on that. We've seen him be a bit dodgy in previous episodes, so then to finally address that was really cool, and that mystery, I think it could have gone either way, which obviously meant I think the whole twist with him worked quite a bit better than the Giles thing. So yeah, I do think Buffy being like, oh, you know what, I think I do like him. I feel like that wasn't, you know, I felt like that was a bit sudden. I feel like they maybe could have just had a few more scenes with Buffy and Wood like properly connecting in earlier episodes if they were going to be like, you know what, I kind of like him. But still, that's a tiny little thing. It was just so they could go on, you know, that date and have the plot happen. But I liked them kind of finally exploring that, and the first kind of appearing to him now, being drawn into things. Exactly where they're going to go with this whole thing and how they're going to resolve this situation. That Spike is kind of responsible for the death of his mum, and he was raised by her watcher, which I thought was a really interesting idea, and the fact that in a twisted sense he could kind of almost be a potential, obviously not because he's a guy, and he doesn't like properly have like the bloodline, the lineage. Well, he technically has the bloodline and lineage, but you know, he's not like a potential in the classic sense, but he still almost is. I like that kind of twist on that, and that he still can get involved in things. Maybe not so much now he knows what happened with Spike, never expected them to revisit that in quite such a way, and I really do enjoy that, because it's another thing for Spike's growth, I think, in the fact that he has a soul now and he's going to be presented with, you know, murdering his slayer, and this is their child that grew up without his mother. How is he going to respond to that now he has his soul back? Now he probably regrets all his actions and really feels all that pain he caused. Good way of kind of having the past come back to haunt Spike yet again. So that's going to be really interesting to see where they go with that in particular. I'm very excited to see what the plan is in the end game could be with that whole thing. But it was good to finally get a lot more answers about Wood, why he's been acting all shady, where he came from, stuff like that. And yeah, the connection between him and Buffy I quite liked as well. So if that's another thing they continue to explore, we'll have to wait and see. But there's also the unresolved stuff with Buffy and Spike going on. I thought it was quite sweet when she was like, you know, I'm not ready for you to not be around. That was quite sweet, and there's obviously a lot of progress being made with that. But I also liked how civil Buffy and Spike were kind of being about her whole date thing, and he knew, you know, he knows what he did, and I think he's still just counting his lucky stars that, you know, she still wants him around and he can still be close to her and stuff, not pushing it in the way that he did when he was a soulless demon vampire thing. So yeah, I kind of like how they kind of responded in that sense, and the complete contrast with the whole then Xander and Anya thing. And Anya was kind of going back and forth, being like, is he hurt? And then like, no. And she was like, damn. That was really funny, but also deep down we know she's like genuinely worried about him, and when it was getting quite late, you know, oh, he's not back yet. But I think that is just how Anya's kind of mind works. She'll go back and forth on those kind of things, and it's still just a balancing act for her, I guess, with like the demon part of her that was existent in her for so long and now being mortal again. She's still balancing those two things out, so it makes sense that she kind of has two sides, two different views, you know, simultaneously about different topics, especially when it comes to Xander, which is pretty much a sore spot with the whole left at the altar thing. And I like that Xander continues to own up about that and being like, you know, I really hurt her, I mucked up, and he still feels like he's being punished for it, which is interesting. And that also ties into the first taking the form of Jonathan, talking to Andrew, being like, how come you're the only one that Buffy's making, you know, seek redemption? But we see, like, that little bit of Xander, he's still seeking redemption for what happened with Anya. And everyone's kind of going through that stuff. We've seen a lot of Willow trying to earn some redemption and make things right and everything. You know, Anya's come so far from just being this vengeance demon. I know she went back to it, but, you know, she went back again. So yeah, Spike's kind of on the road to redemption as well, and yeah, I didn't agree with the first being like, you're the only one she wants redemption from, or like, you actually have to force it, but I understand they were just trying to say that so they could get Andrew to work with them, but he didn't. Progress. I'm very glad they didn't just go back again and just revert Andrew back. Oh, I'll help you. He actually has shown some growth and he's growing a bit of a backbone in the spine, which is really cool to see. Because when we were making progress with the whole trio thing last season, they then went back at the end of the season and be like, oh, let's run away to Mexico and not take responsibility for our actions, which I hated. So here, Andrew was like, I'm going to help them, I'm going to stop you, and then I'm going to pay for killing Jonathan and all the stuff I've done. I suppose it will depend if he lives to be able to be punished for that, and if he does actually go through with it when all is said and done. But he took some big steps in this one. You know, standing up to the first I thought was really brave, and he's clearly showing some redemption and showing some smarts, and, you know, working as part of the team. You know, his plan working with Willow and everyone to have the wires and stuff just shows he can collaborate with them and he can work with them effectively, and it was nice of Dawn to kind of praise him for that a bit as well. So he is kind of finding a place, shockingly, and I'm enjoying it even more shockingly. So I actually really enjoyed Andrew a lot in this episode. It was great to see him kind of stand up to the first, and in a twisted way to see Jonathan again is kind of fun as well. Again, past coming back to haunt Andrew in the way it is with Xander in this one a bit. Spike prematurely with the whole Wood and his dead mother thing. Damn, that was a good twist. I'm really happy with that twist. So yeah, that was all cool. And then few updates like I mentioned earlier with Willow, and her and Kennedy seemed to actually be a thing, but I didn't get much focus. But I liked that after that plotline, they can continue to bleed that into this episode, because the gun that Willow got when she was like in Warren's form, or being possessed by Warren anyway, or slowly being taken over, the First could then try and get Andrew to use that. So just them and some other episodes like bleeding into this one, that was really cool. So the First's plan for Andrew in this episode would have been a bit different if the last episode hadn't happened and Willow had gotten possession of that gun. So I really like how seemingly minor things in episodes can then come back, and major things in other episodes can come back, like Spike killing that Slayer and turns out to be Wood's mother. I just think that's a really interesting idea of like a Slayer having a kid and what happens to them when they inevitably kind of leave this mortal coil. And yeah, just in a season so heavily about what it is to be a Slayer and, you know, the potential Slayers, it was cool that they have like a Slayer who's long since gone brought into the mix now with the whole Wood story. So I'm really, really excited to see when that's all going to go and how it all ties together. You can really get a sense, I think, that this is the last season with just how heavy they're going with the Slayer-age line kind of stuff, which I've always been excited for them to explore whenever they've kind of gotten to that. So I think that's another reason why I'm loving season 7 so much, that they're really kind of tackling that and focusing on that. Like when season 5 started and Buffy was like to Giles, you know, I want to be the best that I can be, I want you to be my watcher again, I want to learn about all the past Slayers and stuff like that. I was like, yes, let's do it. So that's always been a big part of the show I've always wanted more from and been excited by, so I think that's another reason why I'm loving this season so much. There's a lot of focus on that. And yeah, Anya continues to be really funny. I liked a few kind of like little jokey moments in this episode, and the fact that they made a point of it's not just them being quirky and funny for the sake of it now. I think in a way it can be a coping mechanism because things are kind of crazy, but it was also cool that for once someone was like, don't make a joke, no, now isn't the time for that. Giles kind of snapped at them and said, this is serious, you need to take this seriously now. Which he often hasn't done before, and sometimes he's actually made jokes at other people's expense, even in kind of crisis situations. So that just shows how serious he's taking this, and that we need to be serious about it too. So I loved everything with that. And the brief flash at the start, we actually saw how Giles survived the attack, so that fills in that gap very nicely. I liked how it was like, oh, you know, I use my superior reflexes, and then later on he was like, they had squeaky shoes. That was quite funny, very Giles-like. So to see him kind of bring a bit of, you know, really hitting home the gravity of the situation and allowing us, now that the First are kind of working again and back at it, we need to start taking things more seriously. Then yeah, Xander and Lissa having a bit of a connection, but then ultimately she was a demon. We be new. I feel bad for Xander in that respect. He has no luck. I'm still hoping him and Anya can patch things up, but man, unlucky guy. But yeah, I like that they were kind of teasing the possibility of like Xander trying to move on and how Anya feels about that. And then him ultimately becoming in danger, and there were just some really nice little character moments and character interactions in this one, like how Willow was like, oh, this is one of Xander's signals, it can mean this or this, and they were just like, yeah, it's a demon lady, isn't it? They just know each other so well. It's just little things like that made me really happy. Like, it fleshes out, you know, those relationships that we don't see like in between episodes or in years before the show started. We just know how these characters kind of interact and have these codes among them, because every friendship group kind of has these little like inside jokes and codes and stuff, so I like that they're displaying that they have those. It just makes those relationships feel even more real and genuine, so I love that they're doing that. And yeah, so overall, another great episode. Love the focus on resolving some mystery about Wood and the fact that his mother was a Slayer that Spike killed. Very interesting, can't wait to see where that goes. Really loved the stuff with Andrew, him standing up to the First is great. Character progression, thank God they're actually doing it with him instead of him just being consistently in season 6. So very happy about that. And yeah, Spike, his chip is gone, so that's another interesting aspect of his character. I hope they explore a bit more the idea of like people going on dates versus Giles being like, what the hell are you all doing? Like, this is serious, why are you dating? That was quite funny. And yeah, just a lot of like the classic Buffy humour. Anya had a few good lines, Xander had a few funny lines as well. Andrew being like, the microwave? was also very funny. So yeah, especially because I'm at a point in my life where I'm kind of getting things together now to find my own place, and I'm kind of getting like excited about kitchen appliances. So that rung true to me, but like, oh, there's a new microwave. Man, that's the sign. That's the true sign of getting older. And this lot are getting older as well. So there you go. Yeah, really great episode. I enjoyed this one a hell of a lot. Can't wait to see where they're going to take all these different elements next, and how things are going to escalate even further now that the first are kind of meddling in things again. Yeah, really good episode. Enjoyed it a hell of a lot. And yeah, my next reaction, I think we go back to Angel now for the next 2 in this cycle. Maybe a bit more than that as well. But yeah, need to catch up a bit with the Angel, because we're quite far into the season now, and I think we're still on like episode 9 of Angel. So yeah, we're back to Angel for the next couple of reactions at least, and I'm excited to delve back into them. But for now, great episode, and until my next reaction, thanks for watching.